Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And as always, guys, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance. Here at On Point Alliance, we provide identity-related solutions with the specified scope of services, with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary service. So to learn more about that, you know what to do. Just go to onpointalliance.com, or you can go ahead and click or scan the barcode at the top of the screen.
Awesome. So we want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. We want you to level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes and want to share both their personal and professional leadership development skills with you. So if you like how that sounds, follow us on all of our social media platforms and don't forget to click the notification bell.
You know, I want to thank you guys, first of all, for watching the broadcast. I want to thank you guys for sharing the broadcast. Thank you guys for watching the previous episodes of Mind Your Business Monday, because there's so much knowledge, wealth of knowledge and information that's in there. We're doing our due diligence to be able to add our part to the business community and our community here, the Game Changers, for Mind Your Business Monday. But I've been really excited about the new viewers, the new followers that we've been actually seeing. And we want you guys to know that we really do appreciate it. Keep on liking, keep subscribing. Do not forget to go over to YouTube. Yeah, because we're building up over there. So we want you guys to do that. Just go over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're gonna keep loading that information in. Okay.
Yes. How y'all been? How your week been?
I had a good last week. I had a good weekend as well.
It's been productive for me.
It has been.
Not too crazy, but productive.
Crazy is good sometimes.
When I'm saying crazy, I'm talking about that.
Oh, not a lot of those.
Yeah, not that. But it's been busy and productive, and I've been able to see growth. Mm-hmm. So that's always amazing.
Always a plus.
I got something to share with y'all.
What?
So last week, we talked about a little situation that Travis and I run into concerning the TV.
Here you go. You just make sure you keep whispering. That way, can't nobody hardly hear you.
I have an update. So, y'all,
here we go.
Just a summary for those who didn't get to watch. So, Travis has a tendency to need to sleep with the TV on. I don't hit TV on, but he goes to sleep as soon as the show come on. We had 2 remotes.
Not every time.
So, Travis, let me tell my story. We had 2 remotes, and that way I don't have to wake him up. I can just turn the TV off. Y'all, guess what he did last night? So the movie is on, and I'm hearing him falling asleep. So I'm like, dude, okay, do you really want to watch this? Or we can turn the TV off. No, I want to watch it. Okay.
And I did.
So I know he fell asleep. I just kind of move around a little bit to get his attention and wake him up. Ridiculous. And so he'll wake up and then start back snoring. So
sometimes snoring.
No, you were snoring, like hardcore snoring. You sound like a muffler snoring, but you were snoring, like straight up, legit snoring.
Unless I hear it, I can't confirm nor deny.
He falls asleep, and I said, "What?" It was something good happened. He goes, "What just happened?" Why he rewinds it, and as soon as he rewinded and hit play, start back snoring. So I'm like, dude, did you just fall asleep? Oh man, I just fell asleep. Wait a minute,
what happened? The same place I was trying to hear.
So he rewinds it again. Dude, this him with his hand. Oh, I fell asleep again.
Don't mimic me,
man. Okay.
I was really
adjusting
trying to see
himself, so he gonna wake up to get what.
I finally saw it.
I don't know if he saw it.
I did. I needed that connection part.
So then, why? After that, he falls asleep. I turn the TV off so I can go sleep. He gonna wake up. Did you turn off the TV? Yeah. Why? I was watching it. No, it was watching you.
I was watching it at that point that you turned it off.
He turns the TV back on, get on his side in the fetus position, and go back to sleep. Y'all, this is what I got to deal with.
I don't know. I guess I just got to admit.
I said, Travis, this is so selfish. At this point, it's selfish.
You know, I just have to acknowledge that I'm a person who I sleep better when the TV's on. I just never acknowledge that.
No, you need your watch your TV or watch a movie on YouTube with your earbuds in.
You know what? I don't have that yet, and it's not the same.
Yes, you do.
It's not the same as watching on my phone, watching on TV.
Travis,
I'm just saying.
You're selfish.
We'll pray about it and see what happens. But y'all, some of y'all understand. I know Sister K, she says she understands. Some of us have to sleep with the TV on. Some have to sleep with a certain amount of noise sometimes. For me, I think I really be wanting to see what's happening, but
you need to listen with some earbuds or your headphones on something else.
I do the best. I do the best
Christmas,
I can.
That's what you can possibly get, like surround sound, something with some Bluetooth headphones to go to the TV.
I will do the best that I can.
So,
but now that would probably be, but I don't know how comfortable it'll be because I gotta lay in one spot. I'm just saying now. If maybe some some comfortable earbuds, something that I can still be on my side because I can't lay on my side with no head.
I had to give y'all the update because that was like a whole big thing last week. And here we go.
Just judged on every side.
He did it again. So I
just had to share that.
We had to have a family meeting. Yes, that was important.
Wow. Well, let's talk about something else that's important that we all need to know about. So let's say, for instance, you're that person and you're like, oh, snap, I got to get these fingerprints done ASAP. Where can I get it done? Then you think, wait, On Point Alliance has availability within 24 hours. Let me go ahead right now and book that appointment, y'all. We are there. You heard it right. We have availability within 24 hours. So if you're watching tonight and you need, whenever you're watching, you may not need fingerprints done, but you may know somebody else who needs them. Have them go ahead, scan the barcode, and they will be able to get an appointment with On Point Alliance, and we will get you taken care of and get those deadlines met. The next thing we want to talk about is the secret recipes of an overcomer. Again, thanking you guys so much for participation, your support in this book, first hybrid of its kind, where the authors, a total of 8 of us, all the recipes in this book. We're talking about overcoming invisibility, overcoming the diagnosis, overcoming codependency, obesity, past trauma, sex addiction, the loss of innocence, and sheltered childhood. So go ahead, if you have not done it, get your copy. We're in the holiday seasons now.
Yeah.
So these will make some great Christmas gifts because we got some great recipes in there that'll do y'all right. Some of that, the barbecue, St. Louis style barbecue,
love glazed
barbecue ribs. Come on, we get y'all right. And don't forget,
so sweet potato pie.
Cheese so sweet potato pie. You know, no Thanksgiving, Christmas is not the holidays unless you have the sweet potato pie. So we have an awesome, awesome recipe in that book, which happens to be my chapter, and that's my recipe. And then, of course, some other great, 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 great recipes as well. So go ahead and get your copy and share it with somebody, if you will, if you will. Now, this next thing I have to say, y'all know already how proud I am of my wife. To me, she is a Jacqueline of all trades and a master of all of them. And I'm the first one to say she listen. Is one thing I know, Arletha. Two things I know. Arletha is she could figure it out if she have to, but she don't want to figure it out, and she just ain't all that hype about it. That number one is technology when it comes to remote controls for the TV. She don't want to learn. She still asks questions about what this button is on there, and directions. Arletha ain't nothing for no directions. That's because she done had me a human GPS who she don't even want you to tell her no directions. Talk to my husband. But besides those two things, y'all, she is a Jacqueline of all trades and a master of all of them. I am so excited to announce tonight that Arletha is a part of something great, and it's getting ready to be the inaugural edition is getting ready to come out for the Ascension magazine with the founder, Jacoy James Q, is the CEO, and this is a celebration of high-performing, multi-hyphenated women trailblazers in the corporate world and dynamic entrepreneurs driving significant business success. It's a platform dedicated to highlighting your incredible achievements, sharing your stories, and fostering a community of empowered women. And as I stated before, not only is Arletha the chief editor for this movement, and you heard me right, it is a movement. She will also be featured in the inaugural edition, which is coming out when?
It is December 15th.
December 15th. Y'all go ahead and get a look, get a good look at this. Look at this. Wiser.
Yes.
Arletha, go ahead. Because I can just go on, but don't be bashful. You go ahead and say. This is exciting. She's trying to be bashful, y'all.
I'm so honored to be a part of this amazing project. It is going to be a monthly issue. You can scan the barcode at the top of the screen, or you can go to the website that's at the bottom of the screen and learn more about the magazine. You can learn more about Jacoy James. I always say her last name wrong.
Pew.
You can go learn more about Jacoy. Go to the website. And also, if you're interested in being featured in the magazine, you can get all of that information on the website. Again, you can scan the barcode or go to the website. Y'all, this here is huge, and it's already in multiple states. We are already full with features for December, January, rolling over into February.
This is awesome.
So
man.
When I say this definitely is a movement, these are women of valor. These are women who, just as Travis said, are trailblazing their industries, disrupting every norm.
Right.
Okay, so just to be part of something like this, I am kind of speechless. As you guys know, I have a publishing company, the Literary Lighthouse Alliance. And so for the Literary Lighthouse Alliance to be a part of something so great is just an honor. So Jacoy,
that is a big deal.
You're watching. We're gonna get it.
Go on, do the thing. Well, anyway, it's just about that time, guys, for us to go ahead and jump into tonight's topic. We're pretty much picking up from where we was last night, so we're really, really glad that you guys was able to join us. Last episode, we had a. I'm sorry.
Before we do that, go back to that. We missed a whole highlight here, but.
Yep,
y'all see who on the front of this first issue?
This is true.
Go
Come
ahead.
on, the actress, producer, entrepreneur, and author Melinda Williams.
Okay.
I think when I first What stands out to me, I think the soul food.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm she done did so much stuff though. But she's the first. She's on the cover of the first
Yes.
episode
Of the
of
yes, this just letting you guys know the
Ascension.
caliber of women that is part of this movement, because it's the only word that I feel is appropriate
Right.
for it, down from the name Ascension, rising to the top, setting a bar high. And that's what this whole focus of this first issue is. So
Mhm.
I just had to point that out,
This is
y'all.
true. That was the major one.
Yes. So I didn't want to miss that.
Yeah, so we don't want y'all thinking that's Arletha, because I've had people say that y'all you favor her, or y'all favor each other. I don't know who would be the oldest, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So are we ready down the road?
Yes,
We ready to
we
rock and roll, rock and roll. All right. So last week we had a great conversation. And right before it was over with, I believe it was
Evan.
Evan, who asked this question that really got us to thinking.
Yes.
And it kind of helped shape the form of what we were actually going to be talking about tonight. And the question that he asked was, what is one business decision you made that you would have done differently?
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, I know our minds got to going. This was so it was like so much. But tonight we want to share some lessons we've learned through our own experiences, not just ours, but those who Arletha have helped or who she is helping in business. The good, the challenging, and the things that we would do differently, and if given the chance to do it. And of course, if you guys have been following along with the past model, we know there's always a chance to what? Shift.
Yes.
Okay, not to feel like you failed or at anything, but just to shift. You know what I mean? Strategize and shift. Hopefully you can learn from these moments and apply the insights to your own business. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in, Arletha, about the first mistake.
So the first mistake I wanted to
that we've learned from.
that we've learned, and it may seem small, all of these, they could appear small, but they are huge. And if you're in business, you know how big these small and how big the impact of making these mistakes can be. So the first one I want to talk about is my lease agreement mistake. Okay, so we were at our last location going on 8 years. It was beautiful, it was new, it still smelled new, and I was emotionally attached to this location. Like, it was home. Okay,
I was too. I'll admit I was kind of.
Yes, it was home.
It fit. It was just perfect.
Everything about it was right. The location, my customers loved it. Just the staff there was like family. They were our cheerleaders. Made accommodations for us in ways that was outside of the scope of what our benefits were. And I just always renewed. I did not foresee or anticipate me moving anytime soon. And the opportunity came up to sign a 2-year agreement. Okay. I had my first apartment, I was 16. I know better than signing a long lease like that. However, the price was right. Everything about it, I loved
everything we loved about it.
I'm not moving anytime soon. Business is doing great. Go ahead and sign it and lock in this amount. Y'all, where I messed up at, I did not go back and read to see what changed.
Right.
The company changed managements. They changed some of their terms and conditions. Several things changed.
Several things. Not for the better either.
Not for the better, no. I was just paying attention to how much it was, how long it was going to be. I ain't leaving. Boom. It just makes sense to extend it.
At that time, well, because we actually talked about it, and the way we were thinking, the way it was presented as well, we were thinking about then, okay, if we do anything, it will be opening up other locations, but not necessarily leaving from there. So I think we solid on sticking here, because we just liked everything.
So we actually tossed it around and thought about it. And y'all, after I signed that lease, ended up talking to the manager. So of course she's the one on site. She's not in corporate. And so when she saw what I did, she started pointing things out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And where I'm thinking my rent is finna be locked in, they actually raised the amount of the rent and added a retainer
Wow.
that I wasn't prepared for. So the point I'm making is make sure you read the fine print, separate your emotions as you're making these decisions,
Mm-hmm.
because again, it clouded my judgment. What I would normally do, I did not do. And last, just make sure you're in a position to, if you need to negotiate or talk to the decision maker. She wasn't the decision maker.
Nope.
So I didn't do any of that. So that was the first mistake I made, stepping outside of what I know is normal and not slowing down and thinking about the whole big picture.
Right.
And didn't read the fine print. So that was the first mistake I made. So no matter how good things feel, you have to pay attention to every detail, because emotions don't pay the bills.
That part there.
Okay?
That part
They can
there.
cost you. All right. So the second point or mistake I made, y'all, was I didn't take full advantage of my merchant services and my bank. I didn't establish a banking relation with the bankers.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when I started off, I had faith and ambition. I didn't have a bookkeeper, a CPA, a regular tax specialist to help me plan and organize and strategize in those areas. Did I go into it having an idea of what my numbers would be and what I was trying to do? All I knew was where I wanted to go.
Right.
I did not have a full strategy on how I was going to get there when we start talking about the financial side of things, right? And then on top of that, I didn't start with any capital or funding or grants. Everything we did was out of pocket.
It
so
sure was.
we were just managing our money and surviving.
That's it.
Right. So my first year, I did not make a whole lot of money on my first year, but I spent money. In that,
Yeah, we did.
I did not know to even think about, okay, what features does this account have? Will it grow with me? I knew to be aware of like how much they were charging me per transaction and things like that.
Right.
But did it have a feature that as the monies come in, it'll send the monies to different buckets or accounts, so I can allocate for my overhead without me having to manually do everything? Because we know we start manually doing stuff, guess what? First thing is you can forget. The second thing is you didn't have time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Third, now you off track. And I'm guilty of all of those things, right? And so I just didn't take advantage of the features. So what I encourage you to do is get with your bank or go look at the benefits of your merchant account. So regardless if it's Square, what is it, Stripe, or what's the other one, Clove, your bank, find out what do they have in place to support you to efficiently manage your financials, right? Do they have a savings account? Do they have what's the credit card? If you decide to get a credit card, what are your options? What's required and what's needed? What type of resources do they have available for you? I didn't take advantage of those things at the beginning, and it did cost me.
Yeah.
Because when it came down to tax time, I had to have my profit and loss statements. Guess what? I got to pay the bookkeeper extra because it's taking them longer to go and clean all of that up versus me having things in place ahead of time. So you want to make sure you are allocating for operating expenses, payroll, savings, taxes, and your owner's pay and profits. So you can find out with your tax advisor what percent of your revenue should be allocated to those things. Okay. Everybody's business is different, but you can tell it for every dollar that's come in, take this percent and put it towards that. Take this percent and put it towards my overhead or towards payroll. So that was something I did not take advantage of at the beginning, and I'm glad I do it now. But yeah, that's first year. Wow, probably like the first 2 years, I did not take advantage of things like that.
So y'all know we all about helping you guys from our experiences, what we've learned, to go ahead and pass that information along. So the tip for this one would be,
it's important to use every feature available from your bank and your merchant services. And do not hesitate to give financial advice early, because it will save you a lot of time and headache later. And the last thing I would say about this is, when you're first starting off, you don't think you need these things. But if you go into it knowing where you want to go concerning your business, when you choose these different platforms, you can add certain questions that will indicate if it will grow with you.
Right.
Will I be able to integrate this into my scheduling system, my CRM? Will I be able to do XYZ based on whatever is a requirement for your business to run smoothly? Just please make sure you ask those questions up front, even if you're utilizing the free services and benefits and not a paid subscription, or going with like a basic level type service.
So hopefully you guys are taking notes, as I am. And because all this is great, helpful information. The School of Hard Knocks is what we had to do. And as Arletha said, it made me think about it. Starting off not having no collateral, just, me working and paying what got to be paid or what need to be paid. And we're learning along the way, but like I said, we're still 8 years now, still going strong. So we want to pass this information on to you all. So you guys make sure you all are taking notes, especially these tips and different things. So now we're going to go ahead and pause. We're going to hear from our sponsor, and then we're going to come back with the third point and the rest of Mind Your Business Monday. It's a good time for you guys to go ahead and make sure you're sharing the broadcast. Okay. We'll be right back.
Why do 80% of busy professionals struggle with last-minute fingerprinting? We get it. Finding reliable fingerprinting services can be a real headache, especially when time isn't on your side. Have you had appointments canceled without notice? Or searched endlessly for places that actually do traditional ink fingerprinting? At On Point Alliance, we value your time. That's why we offer appointments within 24 hours, so you can meet your deadlines with ease. No more worrying about last-minute cancellations or unavailability. We're here to make the process smooth and stress-free. Book now and get your ink fingerprinting done on time. We have availability within 24 hours. Scan the QR code or visit us online to book your...
All right, we are back. So we talked about the lessons we learned from the leasing agreement. We talked about the lessons that we learned concerning our merchant and our
just the bank.
Banking, merchant services. So now we're going to touch on this is kind of sensitive for me though. Now we're going to touch on the Net 30 partnership challenges, and how much of a blessing and a curse it could be if it's not handled properly.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Ollie, to talk about this Net 30 partnership challenges.
So, it's always attractive when you don't got to pay it right now, just pay it later. You get 30 days to pay it, right? So in my situation, most of my vendors, they charge per transaction. So the money coming off top, so I don't have to think about it. Now, I told y'all at one point, I did not have certain things in place, and money's being allocated to different accounts for certain things to come out that I had to remember to do everything. So what it does is, when this one collects money at the end of the month, now is not a set amount. So it's not like, oh, you just pay this amount every month. No, how much you pay is how many transactions you actually have.
Right.
So if this is a good month, in my instance, it was a good month.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of things I was planning on doing that I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And for a God to factor in, I'm gonna have this bill at the end of the month.
Right. Because the invoice coming.
It's coming.
Invoice coming.
Okay. So not having those things in place, now I'm it's stressed. I'm stressed because what am I going to do? Because this is one of those accounts you can't not pay.
Right.
To function. This is how I make my money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't not. So not having a plan, if you're going to utilize net 30 resources,
Right.
you got to have a plan. So there's a few questions you need to ask yourself before you go into that agreement. Can your business handle delayed payments? Meaning, you know how y'all being real nice and letting folks, people ain't paying you on time.
Right.
So you out of pocket trying to manage your business while you wait on people, your customers, to pay you. Can you afford to do that?
Can you afford?
Can you afford to give them all these payment options? Do you need your money? Do they need to pay half up front to guarantee you have monies to cover your overhead? Just in case when it's time for them to pay that second bill, they need you to give them an extension.
Right.
Now your stuff is late. Can your business handle delayed payments?
Mm-hmm.
Can you afford to take a payment every month or every 2 weeks? Or do you need them to pay you monthly in order for you to stay on top of your obligation?
Right.
The next question, do you have a backup plan for slow months? 3 to 6 months of working capital is what is recommended. Everybody had a philosophy on what it should be,
Right.
but we know at least 3 to 6 months. You want to be able to have that amount of funds to run your business in the event something happened and your business is slow. Then will your vendor allow adjustments if needed? Or is it no, this is what it is. This is the date. They are not able to work with you on your payment dates. And then are you prepared to maintain a positive relationship if things go tight? What are you going to do, especially in certain industries where this is the primary vendor for this?
Mm-hmm.
The best rates, the most opportunities,
Right.
They work with you the most, they're the most flexible. You got to have an idea of how to maintain that relationship in the event things don't go as planned.
Right.
Okay. Thank God I was able to fix my situation because I had never had that happen before. But this time I'm guilty. It happened. And I had to figure out how to fix it because I didn't think about it. Now going into it, I was concerned about it happening.
Yeah, you were.
But it's like, okay, well, I just can't forget. Well, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot and didn't plan accordingly. So having those resources in place with your banking institution or your financial institution is a way to help make sure. So when the money come in, certain obligations go into their pots that they're supposed to go, and then you have this available, and you can work within whatever boundaries you have, but at least it's not one more thing to try to remember.
Because for us, we know, I'm sure there are other merchants that do it, but for us, we know that Square does work to do it.
They do, yeah.
Square allows us to, for every transaction, it allows it now to be able to go to whatever account you needed to go to for situations like that. So we tell you guys, like, we learn this stuff the hard way.
Yeah.
But and I'm sure there are other merchants who probably have that same
Yes.
feature, but you don't know about the features if you don't inquire about it. So don't wait until you wind up in a situation and then do it. We're telling you right now, you can wind up in that situation because you think that you can juggle all of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes life just be life and stuff happen.
Yeah.
When you're doing everything yourself, if you haven't, and some of the other things I need to learn as far as we're using those different things that will be able to assist.
Yeah.
so she's not doing everything. Get those, pay for those, you call them the different platforms that will be able to assist you.
Are you talking about like automation?
Like automations, right?
Yes.
I couldn't say that for the life of me.
Y'all, when I tell you over the last 3 years, me having these things in place has helped me a lot. But initially, me trying to juggle all of this, it was costing me more on the back end. I was, it was stressful. I'd be lying to say it wasn't stressful. Did I navigate that space? Yes. Were I able to pivot and adjust? Yes. But if I didn't have to go through that, I wouldn't do it all over again. So I want to share with you all some of those things, because I didn't even know to ask because of where my business was when I started 8 years ago. Certain things I didn't think I needed them.
Right.
So I didn't even know to ask, hey, when I grow, can I do X, Y, Z? So that's the main point. If you're not at a place where your business is there yet, at least have an idea where you're going, and can this platform grow with me? Can this relationship grow with me? What does that look like? That's the whole point.
So if you were to give we're going to share with you guys the tip number 3 for the net 30
would be, if you take on a net 30 terms, make sure you have a strategy in place. It can be a useful tool, but without planning, it can cause more harm than good. Y'all, everybody running want to get business credit and credit cards and all of that. If you don't have a plan in place, don't go and disqualify yourself before you even get started for real, before the money really start coming in, and before you start securing those contracts with your ideal clients. Don't mess everything up before you even get started. And I feel like
it's easy to
not thinking about certain things at the beginning, because you just don't know to think about it. You don't know what you don't know. So that's what I was guilty of. Not that I knowingly neglected anything. It was just certain things I didn't think about, or because I wasn't there at the time.
But you thought about it's so much stuff you did think about.
Yeah.
You think about when you went to school. It was so little, guys, that these people couldn't even help Arletha with. I mean, she was going to talk to these people who are paid to help people, help businesses put this stuff together. And we was going to places they like, I don't even know what to tell you. You done everything.
And it's a trial and error. So at this point, you did everything I would tell you to do.
Right.
I guess you could try this or you could try that. And a lot of it was going towards marketing.
Right.
But as far as me crossing T's and dotting I's, I done it, not just because I thought I was doing something, but I'm having experts and people who are working for Fortune 500 companies look at my business plan and my business model just to tell me if I'm missing something. And again, all of this was organic. Like, I wasn't taught how to do this, just was natural in me to do. So I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right, and still learned some things the hard way. I thank God that I don't have a lot of major mistakes that we made, but those, they seem small, but
when you in it, you feel it.
Ones. Yeah.
You feel that turbulence,
and they're really important. So,
but what I will do is, as I always do, because I like to encourage you, or even Arletha, she's gonna stick to that business model. Because I remember a time when we was talking, and I brought up about the whole pricing thing, and it's like before I really could understand what it was, and I just commend you for, even in the mistakes or whatever, that were just, to me, that were learning curves.
Yeah,
your ability to stay on the business model.
Yes, listen, because it was a time where, as I said, our first year, this is really what he's referring to, our prices.
The prices.
And it was like, oh, we need to bring the price down. And I'm looking, I knew we can't change the price, because then we can't afford to provide that particular service. It's like a business model. I'm sorry, not a business model. It's just like when you go to buy anything.
Right.
The packaging costs, to manufacture it costs, to ship it to you costs. All of that plays a part in
Everything
how
play a
much you
part.
pay. Right now, go buy some tissue. And when we saw a shift in the economy, they start giving us less for the same amount of money we was paying. So it's only two choices: to get the same amount of product, you're either going to pay more or keep the price the same and get less,
Right.
but you don't get both.
Mm-mm.
And that's what I was trying to explain to him with the way our business model is: our rent, our overhead. I use quality. My ink pad alone is $8. That's before shipping. Okay. So
For
one ink pad.
so that you, but guess what? The mindset was they don't come with ink on their hands, they don't leave with ink on their hands. So when
Yes.
she invest in the
High
best ink, high
quality.
quality, along with our cleaning process of after
Yes.
we, how we go through that or whatever to be able to do it. And it's not as soon as it hits the paper, they can start writing on it. It dries immediately.
I use quality ink cards and supplies. Have different platforms in place to help them with the seamless process
Right.
For scheduling, and then our intake process. All of that costs money.
Mhm.
So we would have to stop doing something that makes us who we are in order to charge the amount that somebody down the street is charging, that they're not doing what we're doing.
They're not.
So it's not apples to apples. So we cannot change our price, because other than that, we're going to be working for free.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to
that.
stand on that, like, no. And as the economy changed, we had to raise the price.
Yes.
So when they say, oh, the police department charged $10, why? Yeah,
What's
well,
that
they
saying?
have budgets, we have bills.
There's a difference.
Okay. And and there's a lot go into what we do. We get paid, our employees have to get paid hourly. They have contracts and government funds that's being used, that's been allocated to make sure they get their salary
Right.
for the year. So it's a lot factored into that, and we couldn't allow the pressure of what our competitors are
Right.
doing to dictate what we have going on. But we're going to talk more about that in detail on another episode.
Yes.
So I don't want
And
to
we
get
will.
too far in there, but yeah.
Let's go.
Yes,
So I took some good notes. Hopefully you guys have too. We covered a lot of important lessons tonight. Signing a lease without checking the fine print, underutilizing your financial tools, and taking on net 30 turns without a backup plan. So I hope these insights give you something to think about for your own business. And so before we wrap up, we do want to take a moment to tell you about a little bit about next week's episode. We'll be talking more about the different types of buyers. Okay. Price focused buyers versus value focused shoppers. Okay. And how understanding them can help you grow your business. Plus we have a freebie just for you. It's going to be a tool to help you strategize your business plan for 2025. So make sure you don't mention it. And that makes me think about what it is that Arletha has to offer, as she always does.
So for those of you who may be struggling in any of those areas that I mentioned, you don't know what questions to ask regardless, regarding your business model, and you want things to be more efficient, you need help with just organizing your business, streamlining your processes, implementing systems, or resolving conflicts, schedule a 30-minute session with me. It's free. Again, all I ask is that you have been in business at least, I would say 2 years, but 1 year minimum. Because if you just now starting up, there's so many free resources out there for you to take advantage of as a new startup. If you've been in business and you just need some help organizing your thoughts, organizing your vision, go ahead and schedule your consultation with me.
All right. So right now we're gonna go ahead and take a look into Buzz Circuit, and then we'll be back with the last portion of our show. What's up, game changers? Ready to tap into the heartbeat of all things Mind Your Business Monday? Check out Buzz Circuit. It's your go-to hub for the latest announcements, including challenges, giveaways, the freshest MYB and merchandise, special guests, events, and even those fun behind-the-scene moments we just can't keep to ourselves. Want the full scoop? Don't miss the Buzz Circuit highlight video during our show. And for more buzzworthy updates, swing by our website, www.mybmlive.com. Think of it as your VIP pass to all the buzzworthy happenings in our world. Stay connected, stay informed, and always be the first to know. As we always do, you may have some information and knowledge in your field that you would like to share with the Mind Your Business Monday community. We want to take this time to personally invite you to be our guest on Monday, on Mind Your Business Monday, with Travis and Arletha. All you have to do is scan the barcode at the bottom of the screen or the top, and we would love to have you on here to share your knowledge with the community. And then, of course, we'll be very, very, very excited to have you on as we have with our previous guests. We've always shared so much knowledge and a wealth of information. So please be our guest on Mind Your Business Monday.
Yes.
So this was a good show. I think I'm so excited about the magazine though. The magazine. We gotta do that again. My baby. Chief editor.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So scan the barcode that says Jacoy James over to the
Well, I can break it.
Yeah,
you can.
or go to the link at the bottom of the screen and learn more about the magazine, how you can sign up to get your first issue or to be featured in the magazine. And as you see on our inaugural issue, we have Melinda Williams as our cover feature. So guys, this is huge. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And for those who missed it, Travis, go ahead and share what the magazine focus is.
I most certainly will shall. It is Ascension Magazine, a celebration of high-performing, multi-hyphenated women trailblazers in the corporate world and dynamic entrepreneurs driving significant business success. It's a platform dedicated to highlighting your incredible achievements, sharing your stories, and fostering a community of empowered women. So
yes, so I'm just honored to be a part of this, guys. Go to the website, learn more. Feel free to reach out to Jacoy. There is a contact form there, and she'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. So yes,
it's good. I'm telling y'all, she always doing something, but I take every opportunity I can to encourage my wife to continue to do what it is she's doing, because like I see many of her successes, I actually get to see some of the hardships that she deals with, giving her time. Arletha is such a giver anyway, and I'm grateful that the Lord is teaching her how to, or as my aunt say, he's learning her. He's learning, he's learning her how to give, because we definitely don't want to be, we don't ever want to be in a position where we're lawless in our giving. You know what I mean? But I'm watching him teach her how to do things. Every situation that comes up, every situation that brings a tear to her eyes, she's learning from it, and I'm watching her bounce back. A lot of times I want to step in as husband, the papa bear, but that's not always helpful. You know what I mean? The prayer and being a listening ear and encouraging her. I've learned to do that down through the years, that she don't always need me jumping in saying stuff, but just basically just being here to support her and what she's doing, and just knowing that the word of God says that be not weary and well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. So I'm watching her do that, and we're encouraged. We encourage each other in the word. I try to encourage her as much as she has encouraged me these 20-something years of pastoring. Anything I put my hands to, she has jumped in and just made it all that much greater. So any of you who are fortunate enough to be able to work with Arletha, one thing you learn for sure, if you're not serious about it, don't come knocking on her door, because she is definitely a coach. And if you're not ready to do it, don't say nothing. But if you're ready to do it, she is the one that will help take that thing to the next level. Almost saying next level is almost like an understatement, because that thing be in dimensions. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But it's for me to say, and it's for you to blush,
well,
right?
thank you.
It's for me to say it, for you to blush. But it's all true. I do want to say this. No, this is not a political show, but I would be remiss if I did not say this. You guys, I think everybody understands that this is an important election. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions about different things, and they, people get in the habit of saying, I'm not telling you who to vote for, but they just say vote. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I wish I could make a statement. My wife says she'd be nervous about me talking and saying certain things. If I said some about common sense, I know she would get so nervous. But that there's a saying that we all don't. Not everybody has common sense, or a good common sense, I should say. But I'm going to say
common sense is not so common.
It's not so common. But I would say there is a lot at stake. I'm going to say there's a lot at stake right now.
Yes.
But those of us who are born again believers, we see and we hear and we know. Okay. So I would say govern yourself accordingly, but make no mistake about it. Sitting on the sideline saying, well, I ain't gonna worry about it. They're gonna do what they want to do anyway. That's not the way to go. When you start looking at what's on the line, and whatever may not be affecting you right now, just may affect you if you decide to sit on the sidelines and not vote.
Not voting is still voting.
And that's the truth. Not voting is still voting. If you don't vote, basically you just voted for whoever gets it.
Yep.
And whether that's good for you or whether it's not good for you, So I did want to do my due diligence to say that to those who I have a voice with.
And
vote.
My big brother, my mentor, Jay
Mr. Reed
is in the house.
All right,
yeah,
sir.
He's responsible for me getting into, or I'm gonna say responsible for it. He has played a major role in me getting into the fingerprinting industry. He actually trained me, and this guy was so hard. Oh my goodness. He's just one of those coaches, no matter, you can go slam dunk, and he's still gonna tell you didn't do good. Oh, you could have did better. Gonna find something. And I remember my last test. I was so determined that all he can say is the papers were not white enough, because he was not going to be able to say anything about my fingerprints or how I executed them or nothing, y'all. I shut him down.
Yeah, but it rubbed off on her because she started grading my stuff. I'm like, good Lord, they can't get in.
But I'm telling you, the dude is so thorough. So I love him so much. He's actually in California. Shout out to the National Live Skin Association.
Yes.
Check him out. He's on YouTube, Facebook, all the social media platforms. The National Live Skin Association. JW, if you still listening, type your website in here so they can connect with you if you're here.
Oh, you could do it anytime. You could do it on the rebroadcast. Yeah. Still show up.
So he teaching courses. If you're in the California area, he has in-person sessions as well, and he's going to teach you the right way. Again, I know I wouldn't be as efficient and as thorough as I am if it was not for him, as well as some of the very things that I experienced. He told me I did. Now I'm the student, going to do exactly what you tell me to do. However, I didn't understand how, like, you know something, you need to do it, but now I know.
She know.
Like my website. I started off with wigs. He was like, you gonna outgrow this really fast. And in my
Everything you
head,
said, Ray.
I'm like, okay, but I didn't understand really what outgrow this fast meant.
Now you do.
So then I had to switch over to WordPress within like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And y'all already know there's a big difference financially, what goes into doing a WordPress website versus a Wix website. Right. And that's just one thing.
Right.
So he told, and one other thing he said, you're going to need more than one merchant account just in case this one acts up or stop working or not taking payments. What you going to do?
Yeah.
So I knew to go set up a Stripe account. But again, I set it up. I didn't go looking at the details of it, what benefits, because I didn't know. Right. So I'm telling you all, like he told me, he helped me avoid a lot of headaches. Some things he couldn't even tell me to do. I had to learn it the hard way so I could sit here today. Stop laughing, JW. So I had to sit here today so I could share with you guys so you can learn from my mistakes. Okay.
I'm just glad that I, during that time when Arletha stepped off, which was 8 years ago in this particular business, and stepped off, and after I was praying about it and got online and began to, just ask. So many folk was on there talking about fingerprints. I'm like, Lord, who are we supposed to do? And the Lord led me to JW. I don't like to fly, y'all. I do not like airplanes. I just don't, and before I knew it, I'm on an airplane flying west, and I had an attitude going because I flew east one time to New York. I had no turbulence. Flying over the mountains going west, I had a whole attitude about that because I felt like I should not have felt anything, but that's a whole nother story. But the Lord met us there. He led us there, and all the stuff that JW has done, Arletha has come and she's implemented, and as she does, she take it to the 9th ward. I mean, it just be on a whole nother.
So thank you, JW, for always having my back to this day. Can make a phone call and it's like
that question answered.
Yeah. So I thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. I love you.
We thank you guys. We do not take you all for granted. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the follows. We appreciate the shares, the subscribing, and all the good stuff that that you guys do for us. As we always say, we want you to know that growth does not have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. So success is a journey, not a destination. So in the meantime, you're going to keep moving, keep learning, keep improving. And until next time, remember to mind your business. We'll see y'all right back here next Monday, 7 p.m. Bye, y'all.
Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business.